Yes. You know, I'm just looking at life. Oh, then there's the lifespan of some living things. Yes. Now, a housefly will live zero point 0.2 years. Oh, the Japanese beetle 1 year. A mouse will live for 2 years. Ooch. A rabbit for 5 years. A salmon will live for 7 years. Oh, a cat for 10 years. Yes. A rattlesnake for 10 years. Poop. A goldfish will live for 15 years. A pigeon. A bullfrog. Yes. A sheep will live for 15 years. A dog will live for 20 years. Oh my gosh. A canary. A horse will live for 35 years. Ooch. The blue whale will live for 50 years. Now, rhinoceros. A man will live for 70 years. Ooch. A, Galap- a Galapagos tortoise will live for 100 years. The American bald eagle will live for 100 years. Oh, the giant sequoia tree, 3 to 4,000 years. Yes. And the bristlecone pine tree will live for 4,600 years. Now, reproduction is very important to the actual lifespan of whatever's being reproduced. Yeah, yes, yes. See, some young are very helpless at birth and have long childhood. Yes. Others can take care of themselves immediately. But either way, they are well cared for. Most insects lay their eggs where their hatching young will have plenty of food. If they did not do this, the young would die and the parents would not be replaced. Now, many animals who do not care for the young have large numbers of offspring. Trout, ooch, fish, lay thousands of eggs. They bury them in gravel where they are well protected as eggs. Then there's the cod. Ooh, look at that. Most cod eggs never have a chance to grow into adult fish. I'm sorry. Now, when you think about it, yes, this idea of the lifespan of what it is that we conceive when reproducing. Shush, 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 shush. You would say that the genetics of the ovum doesn't have anything to do with the actual lifespan of what is birthed. I would say that there is a large influence in the actual ovum released. Yes. When the genetics of the parents, the mother and the father, yeah, conceive. Yeah. Now, your way right now, is to produce a large number of offsprings that die prematurely right now because you want to cause defects in humanity. I'm wanting to sue you and have you put in prison for the rest of your lives because your dogs, yes, were more important than the citizens of this great nation. Now, let's say I called. I wanted to know the lifespan of a cow. Yes, because I think it's important. I think cows are very important. Yes, she does. This morning I woke up and I was watching the world's greatest television. Yes. And as an individual that wants to manufacture 80% of the hamburger of the United States of America, anytime I see cows, I begin to think hamburger now. And when I was watching that auction in North Dakota on World's Greatest Television, yes, $1 million facility, yes, where you can bid on cattle because of their use of the internet to be able to broadcast the actual auctions every Thursday. I thought I should be buying cattle today. In fact, I should be buying tens of thousands of calves and put them out on the prairie. Yes. And just let them stay there for, well, if a sheep lives 15 years, a dog 20 years, yes, a horse 35 years, I'm looking for the genetics of cows that will live at least 20 to 25 years. Yes. Now, when you think about hamburger, I have talked to some cattle ranchers. The way they're growing a cow today is they really slaughter them about 18 months after their birth. Yes. They kind of fatten them up. They put them out there. They put them on the auction block, and boom, they're dead. Now, as an individual, yes, I'm looking for a herd of cattle that should be there 25 years from now. Yeah, where I have a different way of killing them. I like them to really screw their brains out. Yeah. Now, this life of the actual hamburger that we're eating, yes, it is. I think old cows where the meat is very, very tough, yes, where they die of natural causes known as reproduction. Yeah. When they finally pass on to cow place wherever they go. Yeah. I slaughter them and then I use a grinding machine to grind up the meat that happens to be on their bodies. Right. Right. Now, when you think cows, like I do, you think hamburger. And when I think about the amount of hamburger that Americans are consuming every year, boom, beef!